morning, boys and girls. So for today's daily workout, we are going to be doing some yoga. Now, I am going to demonstrate to you a range of yoga poses and you need to try and remember them. So our first pose we have is called a boat pose. So here you'll be on your bottom, lift your legs off the floor and hold that position so you're almost the shape of a boat. And you will hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and relax. Okay, we then have our cat pose. So here you'll be on your hands and your knees and you are going to round your back as much as you can and hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and relax. Okay, moving on, we are then going to go on to our dancer pose. This is a really tricky one, so try your best. On one leg, you're going to try and grab your foot and you're going to try and lean forward and lift that leg up. Okay, as much as you can. So it's okay if you're here, that is fine. But if you can, try and lift that leg. Wobbling and hold it for 5, really stretch those fingers, 4, 3, 2, 1 and relax, fantastic. Okay, another one we then have is a bow pose. Now here, you will be on your tummy, you will bend your knees up behind you, grab your feet with your hands and you are going to lift up your feet, lift your shoulders off the floor, legs off the floor and hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and relax. Okay, another exercise that we are going to do is warrior. So in our warrior position here, you are then going to face forwards, put one leg in front of the other, keep that back leg really straight, bending that front leg, and your arms are to stay above your head. So bend nice and low, and you're going to hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. So that is warrior number 1. Warrior number 2. You are going to face sideways while facing forwards to me and bending one side leg and both arms out to the side. And we hold that, it does hurt a little bit in your leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and relax. So that is warrior number 2. Okay, here we're going to have extended arms and legs. So this one is another tricky one. So again, you're going to bend one of your legs out to the side. You're going to reach for your toe and try and reach that arm up to the ceiling. Okay, you can do it on the other leg as well. So bending that leg, and we're going to hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. So that is extended arm and leg. Then an easier one we're going to have, this is called crossing your legs, hand on your knees. This is called the easy pose. And we hold it for 5, sitting nice and tall, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, another one. We do have lots of poses, so you can write down the names if that is going to help you remember. On one leg, we're going to put our other foot into our knee, our hands into our chest, and we're going to hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Fantastic. Now, this next one is going to be really, really tricky, but it is good fun as well. It might take a while for you to try and do, but it is great fun once you can do it. So, here, you're going to put your hands on the mat. You're going to bend your elbows and you are going to try and rest your knees on your elbows. So like this. So your legs are on your arms and you're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, very, very tricky one. It's called the plough. So here, you are going to reach your toes over. Oh, you can feel that in the back of your legs and try and hold it. You can try and touch the floor behind you as well to make it even trickier. So it'll be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Fantastic. Okay. So very quickly, let's just go through all of them again to make sure we know what we are doing. So we have the boat pose. Can you remember the boat pose? So that one is on your bottom, lift your legs off the floor, hands off the floor, and you hold that for 5 seconds. Okay, we then have our cat pose. So on hands and our feet, rounding our back, just like that. We also have our dancer pose. So a very tricky one, holding that foot, ooh, lifting and holding for 5 seconds. We then have our warrior number 1. And we hold that, trying to balance, warrior number 1. Then we have warrior number 2. Then we also have extended arms and legs. So bending that leg, trying to touch it. If it's my right foot, I touch with my right hand and my left hand is up to the ceiling. Okay. We then also have our easy pose. So quickly, cross legs, sit up nice and tall. Our tree pose. And finally, we have our crow pose. I know we have 2 more. Hands here, getting those knees onto our elbows. I'll be very impressed if someone can do this one. And then we also have our plough, final one. We roll over and we try and reach for the floor behind us with nice straight legs. Now I am going to shout out, now we've had a practice, one of the names of one of those yoga poses we have just done. And remember, you have to hold it for 5 seconds, okay? So as soon as I shout it, you need to make that pose as quick as you can and try and remember. If you do forget, just go back in the video when I am doing those demonstrations. When we are doing this game with the yoga poses, you can do this with somebody else in your household if you would like a competition to see who can make that pose the quickest. Okay, ready? So I'm going to shout out a pose and you need to make it as quick as you can. Ready? Dancer pose. Next one, easy pose. You can pause this video if you need to in between each one. Warrior pose 1. A clue, you are not on the floor for this pose. Cat pose. The one that looks a little bit like a cat. Tree pose. So making that pose as quick as you can. Boat pose. Crow pose. Warrior pose 2. A clue, arms will be out to the side. Next one, let's have the plough pose. Tree pose. Warrior pose 1. Dancer pose. Cat pose. Crow pose, the hardest one. Crow pose. Bow pose. Easy pose. Easy pose. Easy pose. Tree pose. Okay, fantastic. Now, that is the end of our game. I hope you enjoyed our yoga. Remember, you can compete against people in your house to try and see who can make that pose the quickest. And you can pause after each one if you need a little bit of time to think about it.